Welcome to this seventh installation of the Catholic Community Foundation's Plan Giving 101 webinar series. Welcome back to those returning and a special welcome to first-time viewers. My name is Jim Maslar, and I am a Catholic Philanthropic Advisor in the Archdiocese Office of Stewardship and Development. After I lead off with an introduction on today's Plan Giving vehicle, we'll provide further insights into how our office administers and processes these gifts, and how we can serve you, the faithful supporters of the Archdiocese parishes, schools, and agencies in that. Over this past year and a half, we have been looking at some of the most popular and promising plan giving vehicles that can help empower donors to maximize their giving impact and create their own Catholic legacy, from bequests to stock gifts to IRA gifts to endowments. Today, we will look at a very unique plan giving vehicle that can offer an attractive win-win for a donor and their beloved parish, school, or ministry alike, the charitable gift annuity. We'd like to begin and end our webinars with 3 takeaways concerning that plan giving vehicle. So before we dive into the details of a charitable gift annuity and how it might benefit you and ultimately your favorite ministry, these are 3 core ideas we hope you take away. Number 1, the gift that gives back. There is a unique charitable giving vehicle that provides a donor or loved one with both supplemental retirement income and a legacy gift to their favorite Catholic parish, school, or agency at the end of their life. Number 2, a charitable gift annuity, or CGA, this gift that gives back, can provide tax benefits to a donor, a nice middle ground for those hesitant to completely part with resources, and the enjoyment of setting up a tax-free legacy gift to a favorite ministry during life. And number 3, the Catholic Community Foundation administers CGAs exclusively for supporters of archdiocesan parishes, schools, and agencies, investing and growing the fund to maximize its impact on that favorite ministry, which receives 100% of the remaining value at the end. Catholics are generous by nature, at least that is what I have found over the last 3 years working in the Office of Stewardship and Development. Most of us, I've gathered, would love to be able to give a major gift to our favorite Catholic parish, school, or agency. Many of us do not, however, have that capacity at any one point in our lives. Family financial responsibilities, coupled with retirement and healthcare expenses, and an unknown lifespan, can seemingly limit the feasibility of contributing a larger gift. Other times, people might naturally and understandably feel degrees of hesitancy with letting go of a portion of their well-earned assets or savings, even if to a ministry that they love and want to support. As discussed in previous webinars, leaving a gift in your will or designating your favorite parish, school, or ministry as a beneficiary of a retirement or brokerage account are great options that speak to these concerns, with assets only being gifted after a donor has gone to their heavenly reward, with no out-of-pocket expense during life. Today's plan giving vehicle, however, can also provide a middle ground between charitable giving and financial limitations or anxieties, and potentially more, giving folks from any and all economic backgrounds a potentially empowering option. It is one that not only provides the satisfaction of making a gift to the church during a donor's life, which will eventually benefit their favorite ministry, but one that can also provide income and tax benefits to a donor now. Many of our donors have found that charitable gift annuities offer a unique win-win opportunity for them, especially those nearing or in retirement. It truly is the gift that gives back. Before detailing these benefits, let's take a brief look at what a charitable gift annuity actually is. A CGA is simply a contract made between a donor and a charity in which the charity provides the donor or chosen loved one with a fixed income stream for life in exchange for a sizable donation of cash or assets. Whatever remains in the CGA when the donor passes away is then transferred tax-free to the charity, with any specific designations named in the contract. In the meantime, the lump sum is invested by the charity and grown, maximizing the eventual gift and ensuring the fixed income payments for the donor's lifetime. The Archdiocese Catholic Community Foundation is one such charity, which exists to exclusively serve and benefit our parishes, schools, agencies, and their supporters. There are similarities between a CGA and a regular annuity instrument. However, as you'll see, a CGA can also offer additional and meaningful advantages. There are 5 basic steps to a CGA. Number 1, the donor and the sponsoring charity agree to an annuity rate or payment rate for the proposed CGA. This is the percentage that is applied to the lump sum gift to determine the annual payment amount the charity will provide them for the rest of their lives. Most charities, including the CCF, utilize the suggested percentages of the American Council on Gift Annuities, a national organization that offers recommended rates based on IRS lifespan expectancy data, actuarial tables, the donor's age, and a targeted gift return. Number 2, the donor gifts the lump sum to the charity to initiate the new fund, typically either cash or stock or mutual fund shares. Number 3, the charity then invests the lump sum gift and will continue to do so for the entirety of the CGA. Charities typically utilize professional investment management services, including the Catholic Community Foundation, as you'll see. Number 4, the charity begins annual payments to the donor or chosen loved one. The donor can choose to receive this payment in monthly, quarterly, semi-annual, or annual installments. There's also an option to defer payments to begin at a later date. This can garner higher annuity rates. And number 5, upon the donor's death, the remaining value of the CGA fund is then gifted to the charity with any specific designations spelled out in the original contract, and the fund is closed. Let's take a quick look at a simple illustration of this process playing out. Jane is a 74-year-old woman who would like to establish a CGA with a sponsoring charity using a $25,000 lump sum gift. Let's say that she chooses the Catholic Community Foundation. Utilizing the American Council on Gift Annuities suggested rates for a 74-year-old individual, Jane's payment rate is 5.2%. After Jane signs a simple contract detailing the CGA, the charity receives and immediately invests the lump sum. The charity then applies the 5.2% rate to the $25,000 gift to determine the annual payment it will give to Jane, or $1,300 per year. Jane enjoys these payments for many years and eventually passes away. At this point, the fund is closed and the remaining value is gifted to the charity with any further designations. In CCF's case, the gift is given to the donor's chosen archdiocesan parish, school, and/or agency, which they designated in the contract. The American Council on Gift Annuities' use of IRS life expectancy tables and conservative return estimates aims to produce a gift of approximately 50% of the original lump sum. In Jane's case, that would be approximately $12,500, which she had designated in thirds to her parish, her Catholic high school, and her local Catholic charities. Now, this illustration only showed some of the benefits Jane saw in establishing a CGA. Let's take a look at 4 potential benefits. Number 1, multiple tax benefits. When a person makes a gift for a CGA, they can receive several present and future tax benefits, namely in a partial tax deduction in the year of the lump sum gift. This is determined by IRS life expectancy tables, AFR rates, the donor's tax bracket, their capital gains tax bracket, and the CGA's percent, to simplify something much more complex. In Jane's case, who's in the 22% tax bracket, her lump sum gift of $25,000 would provide an $11,600 charitable income tax deduction for her 2022 tax return. Partial income-free payments for the first years of the CGA. In Jane's case, $1,054 of her $1,300 annual payments would be considered tax-free and not part of her gross income until she turns 87 years old. If using appreciated assets like stocks, bonds, or mutual funds, a portion of the capital gains tax is avoided, and the remaining portion is stretched over a number of years. Number 2, supplement retirement income. Some donors utilize the CGA payments as supplemental to their existing retirement income arrangements. These payments can, together with the donor's Social Security and 401k or IRA income, contribute to a comfortable level of resources for monthly expenses. Because CGA payments are fixed and for life, they can provide a safe and reliable tool to a retirement strategy, no matter what the market does or how other investments perform. And it's backed by the full faith and assets of the Catholic Community Foundation, which is over $260 million to date. Number 3, higher return alternative. CGAs can provide an attractive alternative to low-risk investment instruments that some folks might use for retirement income, especially in today's interest rate environment. For example, certificates of deposit, money market funds, treasury notes, the S&P 500 dividend fund, they are all currently offering returns less than 2%. On the contrary, as you can see, CGAs can offer significantly higher returns in a safe instrument. And number 4, they are easy and meaningful to set up. CGAs are very simple to set up and require no cost to do so, and with a very low annual administrative fee. Typically, it is a 2 to 3 page document, and the payments are automatically deposited into a chosen bank account. And the CGA also offers its most important and distinctive difference, a meaningful act of generosity and gratitude that incorporates a donor's beloved charity into their legacy, and all doing so while generating and providing income for the donor. Again, a CGA can provide that fulfilling middle ground, which simultaneously allows a legacy gift to their favorite parish, school, or agency, and financial peace and benefit to the donor. Now, before we finish, I'd like to share more about the CGA process with us, the Catholic Community Foundation, if a donor were to be interested in exploring that option with us. When we are in discussions with a donor regarding the possibility of establishing a CGA, the first step is for the donor to complete an application to establish a new CGA with us. This is a 2-page front and back, easy to fill out form. The second step would be that with the information on that form, we would run a report called an illustration that would help the donor to understand, based on their age and the amount of the gift, what the annuity payout would look like for the donor. It also tells the donor what amount of charitable deduction they can expect. Next, if the donor wishes to proceed after seeing the illustration, he or she would then sign an annuity agreement with the Catholic Community Foundation. From there, the donor would then make the lump sum donation and take a partial tax deduction. At the Catholic Community Foundation, the minimum required to fund a CGA is $10,000. Number 5, upon finalizing the new fund, a final illustration is created with actual numbers and the fixed payment amount is calculated. And number 6, the Catholic Community Foundation works with Morgan Stanley, our CGA broker, to establish a schedule of fixed annuity payments. And with the CCF, these may be selected as quarterly, semi-annually, or annually, based on the donor's preference. The next few slides are just an example of what that illustration would look like. And this one was a fake one prepared for our situation earlier of Jane. The illustration basically tells the donor the payout rate they can expect, the tax deduction that they can receive, and it also calculates the approximate value the charity will receive upon the donor's death. This page here shows a little bit more of the detail of the calculations, which a donor and their financial or tax advisors can go through with them. But it details out how those calculations are made. It even allows a donor to see a year-by-year breakdown of their annuity payment. What part is ordinary income and what part is tax-free income. Now, to be upfront, there are some limitations with the CGA agreement. Once payments begin to a donor, the agreement cannot be changed, nor can beneficiaries be added. Each CGA can only benefit one charity. To benefit multiple charities, a donor must take out additional CGAs. Now, to be clear, the Catholic Community Foundation would be that one charity, and as an archdiocesan entity, we could then distribute the funds to the donor's chosen parish, school, or agency that they select in the process. A donor must be 60 years of age to establish a CGA. Once the CGA is established, additional monies cannot be donated towards it at a later date, though a donor is certainly welcome to fund a new CGA in the future, and we have many donors who layer them together by creating several over a series of years. And lastly, a donor will have to pay some income tax on that income stream, and the payments are fixed and do not adjust for inflation. But as you discern this plan giving vehicle, I hope you see that there are many more benefits to the donor and to the parish, school, and agency than there are limitations. And before we go, just the 3 takeaways we'd like to share with you. 1, a charitable gift annuity is a gift that gives back, a unique one that provides a donor with both supplemental retirement income and a legacy gift to their favorite Catholic parish, school, or agency at the end of their life. Number 2, a charitable gift annuity can provide tax benefits to a donor, a nice middle ground for those hesitant to completely part with resources, and the enjoyment of setting up a tax-free legacy gift to a favorite ministry during life. And number 3, the Catholic Community Foundation administers CGAs exclusively for supporters of archdiocesan parishes, schools, and agencies, investing and growing the fund to maximize its impact on that favorite ministry, which receives 100% of the remaining value at the end. Thank you so much for joining us, and please feel free to contact us with any questions or interests, and we'd be honored to serve you and your favorite parish, school, or agency. God bless.